I've seen on, I've gotten a few ingredients from my favorite Asian market, and one of the recipes I want to make tonight is called Addictive Cabbage. I've seen it on Instagram a couple times, and I never could find what I thought was a good recipe. I'm sure there are good recipes out there, but I went online and found one that I thought was really good, and it had a great explanation for what it is. It's a dish from Japan, and it's the original name, hope I don't butcher it, is called Yamatsuki, and that means addictive. And they serve it in bars because it's full of umami, and it's like finger food. And I'm going to show you how to make it. It's really easy, and I can't wait. Even though this looks like lettuce, this is called Napa cabbage, and it's a thinner style cabbage than your regular green head of cabbage, and it does look like lettuce. And it's going to, I'm taking off the outer leaves, and then I'm going to chop it into, I'm probably going to chop it in half and rinse it really well, because it tends to get sandy just like bok choy does. So I need to get all that sand off because it grows up through the soil, even though it's pretty closed, tight. You can see it's pretty tight there, but I want to rinse it really well first, and then we'll proceed. Just to let you see what I'm going to do, I chopped off the root end, and I'm just going to hold these two halves under the faucet and let the water run through it, and I think that'll be sufficient. Also, most of the recipes for addictive cabbage that I've seen have used the normal green cabbage that we're all used to, so you can use that. I just saw this Napa cabbage at the Asian market, and it was cheaper than the regular green cabbage, so I got this, and the recipe says you can use Napa or traditional green cabbage. So I even contemplated getting bok choy, but I went with the Napa. One of the reasons it's so addictive is because every ingredient for the sauce is umami, has umami flavor. I'm kind of tailoring it to my own needs right now, but I'm going to read the recipe that I'm going off of. I'm going to read you his ingredients. 1.5 tablespoons toasted sesame oil, 1 tablespoon white sesame seeds, half teaspoon Chinese style chicken bouillon powder, which is extremely salty, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon garlic paste, and 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. All those ingredients super salty, which equals umami, and each one on their own very, very umami. Add that to cabbage, which is umami already, and you have something really special. So I tailored it. I only used a half a head of cabbage. I'm going to save the other half for another dish this weekend or something. I used a tablespoon of toasted sesame. Here's what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sauce. A tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. I used, instead of bouillon powder, I used vegetable bouillon paste, and I used about 3/4 tablespoon. Instead of white sesame seeds, I used everything but the bagel seasoning, very salty on its own, delicious, has sesame seeds in it, plus black sesame seeds, plus garlic, so I'm not adding the garlic. I'm also not adding extra salt. I did add black pepper, and for even more umami, because I'm not using chicken base, even though this vegetable base from Better Than Bouillon is fantastic. It's so good. I got some Simply Organic Umami blend, which is a blend of mostly dried mushrooms. This has dried mushrooms, organic mustard, organic chili pepper, black pepper, and organic thyme. So I put about maybe a half a teaspoon in there. And so I'm going to use my hands, put it on my cabbage, and we'll taste and see how it is. I think it's going to be perfect and delicious. It doesn't look like a lot, but a little goes a long way with toasted sesame oil and umami ingredients. You really don't want to overdo, especially with ingredients that are this salty. And I'm going to go in with my hands and just start, or with one hand, kind of toss around first. The Napa cabbage is really delicate compared to the green cabbage, so you don't want to really massage. I was really going to go in there at first, but the Napa cabbage you don't need to massage. If I had green cabbage, I might kind of get in there a little bit more, but the Napa you don't need to. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be fantastic. Y'all need to make this for sure. Unbelievable smells. Okay. Sorry that was so loud with the scraping of the bowl. That was annoying. Here's what it looks like. Nothing spectacular. Really just looks like a bowl of lettuce. But it doesn't smell like it. I'm going to taste it. I haven't tasted it yet. Excuse this very large bite. So good. Oh my goodness. No wonder they call it addictive. When this is cold and the next day, 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh.